Jesus, what? Can you stop hitting those death flags? We'll definitely win. I'm sure everyone will definitely survive. Greetings, you little shits. Welcome back to some more solo leveling. We are back with episode 11 of season 2 of solo leveling. Yeah. Previously, what happened previously? Oh yeah, Juju Island. The 4th raid, I think. Maybe it was the 3rd, I don't remember. I think it was the 4th. The 4th raid of Juju Island had begun, and the god of prediction for anime, me, predicted pretty much how the entire fight would go, and I was right. For the first phase of, the battle, I predicted that things would go well at first, and then something would happen. Someone would instantly die, and that is exactly what happened. I was actually a little bit surprised at how perfectly I predicted that. We also, unfortunately, had Jinwoo not join the Juju Island raid, but obviously he set his shadows, he set his summons into the S-Rank's shadows, so he can just basically teleport himself into the battle at any time he wants, which, they obviously did that so that he could just come in at the last second and save everybody and become the hero, right? Let's be honest here. Still, let's just get right into episode 11 and see what happens. And your head is gone. Just like that. And, I mean, let's be honest, she was fucking around, right? She was like, this guy was like, hey, heal me. And she was like, I'm not gonna do it for free. You fuck around, you find out, right? Okay, this thing's pretty fast. And your head is gone. I am... Okay. I am a little bit surprised that they're going down that easily. I do think it's a little bit of bullshit. Not gonna lie, because if you... I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? If you have the S-Ranks go down that easily, just one shot, just instantly, right? Just decapitated, three of them instantly, and then Jinwoo, like, fights it, 1v1, it's kind of like, now you're making it seem as if Jinwoo is so much better than them. Now, he is, but, like, not to that degree, or at least, like, it's basically, again, the same problem that I had a few episodes ago, right, where I said that only Jinwoo can do anything. Only he can do anything. No one else can do anything. Okay. I mean, that's cool and all, but like, the way they do it is a little bit annoying to me, because the way they do it is they show these characters fighting these lower ranked monsters, right? And they can easily dispatch these lower rank monsters, no problem. But it would be nice if they actually put up a little bit of a fight against the big bad boss as well, instead of getting their heads exploded just like that. If they actually put up a little bit of a fight, then you can have Jinwoo later on come and actually fight him one-on-one and, be kind of even with him. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that I wish these characters would put up more of a fight when it matters. As in, like, against the boss. Because every single time, as far as I know, as far as I can remember, every single time the bosses have, like, no other character other than Jinwoo has ever, like, gone head to head with a boss and actually, like, done some damage and had a legitimate chance to win. Or, like, done anything to the boss. Usually either they get killed by the boss or they get almost killed and then Jinwoo has to come save them. Have we ever seen a character that isn't Jinwoo beat a boss? I don't think we have. Holy shit. I don't think we have. Yeah? We haven't even seen anybody do anything to a boss, I don't think. Not that I can remember. Like, legitimately, I don't think a single character has done any damage to any boss in the show other than Jinwoo. Not that I can remember. Like, they don't even have to defeat the boss, as long as they just did a little bit of damage. And these are supposed to be the S classes, the best of the best, right? And even there, just getting, like, their heads exploded, like, you know, I wish they would put up a little bit more of a fight.
安心してください。戦いを怖がっていた奴のセリフとは思えんな。進んできて強くなってはいるが、まだ二足歩行まではしていないな。ええ、おそらくですが、女王の側近から排斥された世代なのでしょう。まだまだ前座ってわけだ。本当にこっちで合ってんのか？合ってますよ、多分。おい。
大丈夫です。奥からかすかに強力なモンスターの匂いが漂ってきてます。
Okay, let's make a prediction for this episode. These guys will probably... Well, let's be honest, you're not going to kill these guys. These are main characters. These guys might end up fighting the queen, but Jinwoo will probably end up fighting the one that came out of the big egg.
Taku. あれか。女王はこの先一番奥、多数の護衛に守られています。陽動部隊が外の槍を引きつけておけるのにも限界がある。そんな中、この先には S 級並みの護衛が多数、女王の強さも未知、厳しい戦いになるでしょう。ですが、このメンバーなら必ず勝てる。
Jesus, what? Can you stop hitting those death flanks? We'll definitely win. I'm sure everyone will definitely survive.
問題なくアリを殺してるようだが。シーマのメガネ。まさか。どうした？なんだ。この鼻をつく匂いは。ここまでのものは嗅いだことがない。
He can also smell something and things. Huh? Okay, Jesus. What? What's going on? Oh, he was like, oh shit. Instinctively defended himself. And he still got destroyed. Well, yeah, I mean, they're all gonna be dying. Because they're, you know, characters that were introduced right in the beginning of the arc, right? Classic, by the way, very, very, very classic and bad way to kill characters. Introduce them in the beginning of the arc and then kill them during the arc or at the end of the arc. No one fucking cares about those characters, by the way. I remember when, fucking in My Hero Academia, bear in mind, I haven't been keeping up with My Hero. I haven't seen it since, like, I think halfway through the 4th season. Maybe, or was it the 3rd season? Basically, the season where Overhaul was the thing, right? Where they, you know, Sir Night-Eye, like, died. Wow, big spoiler, by the way. No one fucking cares. And that season of that show was basically the perfect example of what I'm talking about here, which is introduce characters in the beginning of an arc and then have them either lose their power or die at the end of the arc. Instead of, I don't know, killing characters that have been with the main group for the entire show, you know, for all the seasons, which would be so much more impactful and interesting. But no, do not kill the characters that you just introduced in the beginning of the arc in that same arc. You can still kill them later. Do not kill them in the same arc. It's just stupid. It's like you clearly created these characters just to kill them, which is stupid. Oh, by the way, the healer guy, 100% gonna die. And this guy is also gonna die. This guy, I mean, is such a... He gave way too many death flags, and the healer storyline is kind of like, you know, he was afraid of dying because his friend died, and he's kind of a side character, so I'm predicting that he is going to die, and then the big guy is going to die. Because they're both kind of side characters, and they've both kind of set up death flags. That's nice. So does his flame not create any smoke, or... What's the point of the armor then? Do you know how much that armor cost? That's gonna be the most dumbest shit I've ever seen. There is no way anybody would ever allow this. Ever. Literally ever. Not to mention... Just no. Just no. I think this is the most dumbest shit in the whole show, by the way. Who cares about all these other problems with the show? This is the most unrealistic bullshit I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay? Maybe not the most bullshit, but like, you know, I've seen some other really dumb shit before, but like, this has gotta be one of the most unrealistic things I've ever seen. There's absolutely no shot, 0%, nada, okay? 0% chance that anybody would allow this in reality. Maybe you can argue they would live stream it to like a streaming site or somewhere where, you know, it's not, there's no access to kids. They would never ever broadcast it to like outside to massive billboard you know, monitors. Hell no. What I'm predicting is going to happen here is this guy is gonna die. Wait, who is this guy? Okay, whatever. This guy is gonna die. The healer is gonna die. The tank is gonna die. And because there's only one live stream guy, the live stream will catch it all. Jinwoo will see it, and will be like, "Oh fuck, I gotta go help." This is everything's going well until it doesn't.
情雨とただの的だ。
It's a little bit unfortunate that the queen ant just looks like a bigger version of the same ant as before. Again, why are you smiling? This is a tense moment. Don't be smiling. Kind of a mediocre fight, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling a lack of impact.
まだこれほどの力を残しているのか。
It's probably calling for backup.
いや、何か違う。
行きます。
ダメをした。
Okay. And they're gonna get taken off guard with someone's head going to roll, right? Everyone's celebrating. Yay! Yay! We've won. We've done it. Yay! And they're dead.
終わったんですよね。
だろう。女王が死ねば残りのアリも1年で自然といなくなる。
それでここは人の住める地に戻る。
The lack of music is giving this like eerie feeling.
そうだな。
I'm expecting
大変です。アリたちが巣の方へ向かってます。火炎の牢獄が破られた。どういうことだ。まだ予定の時間には早いだろう。女王アリのさっきの叫び声ってまさか。
仲間を呼んだか。
いえ、それでも外にいるアリでは代表の技は破れません。
女王。
何か来る。
something is coming, indeed. I kind of wish this thing would have more of a, you know, cooler appearance. It's kind of like... Ah.
黒いアリ。
I'm guessing basically they're gonna fight it. One or two of them are going to die, the ones that I mentioned, and then because obviously the live stream catches it all, most likely Miss Cha will be under attack and is about to die, and then Jinwoo activates the summon in her shadow and switches places and then saves her. That's what I'm predicting.
威圧感にこの匂い。どういうこと？あれはただのモンスターじゃない。
ためらっている余裕などない。奴を通さねば。素通りしていった。
It's eating the mother. Like I said, this is cool and all, but like if we were to be realistic, okay, Cha would have or should have been literally just sliced in half, right? If they really wanted to do this well, they would have sliced Miss Cha straight up in half. That's what should have happened.
自分を守るためのスキル偽装これで隠密のように姿を隠すことができる動けないという欠点もあるがヒーラーにはこれで十分だ俺がいる限りうちのチームは負けない
That's why you're gonna die.
使っているのにまさか
And you're dead. Like I said. I mean, that was predictable. Yeah. Predicted. He's not gonna die. I don't think so. Learning how to speak, eh? I feel like this is unnecessary. I actually think, legitimately, I think the ant not speaking is more intimidating than them speaking. Legitimately. I kind of disagree with this decision, to be honest. I think a kind of a, especially for this show, I feel like a being that is very powerful but just has no, like, it's just like evil because it is evil. It's very much like in the very beginning of the show with the statues, right? It's like such powerful creatures, but they don't say anything, right? They're just kind of merciless without like needing to speak. That's why I feel like he's more intimidating if he doesn't speak. If he can't speak, it's not about speaking. He's just going to kill you. There is no diplomacy. There is no bullshit. It's just like a creature that is incredibly powerful that just mercilessly kills. That's insanely intimidating. Like just a killing machine. But if you start having him speak, it kind of turns into the whole, like, you know, Hunter Meruem situation again, where it's like they're super powerful, but like you kind of diplomacy them to death. Yeah, like, come on. I feel like it's so much more intimidating if they don't speak.
つい先ほど妨害電波が無力化され、外のアリが女王の巣に戻っていくのを確認しました。それで彼らがそこから生き残る確率は、あの戦力では。
Let me guess, yes. Just leave them to die, right?
いいぞ。我々 DFN は全力を尽くしたが、協力国は全滅したため、やむを得ず。
Unfortunately, it's not going to be that simple.
海上で待機する第二攻撃隊がカナン島を攻略する。海上にて第二攻撃隊とまあいい。ゲオ会長から命令が下りた。
It's coming.
遺体の回収は後ほど。
マリエ！
行け。凄まじく鋭いオーラ。 お前が王か。面白い。アリが喋るとはな。王。そうだ。私が王だ。なんだこの魔力。この感覚。前にも味わったことがある。あれは。もっと火力を上げてくれ。無茶に言わないでください。これが限界なんです。
I have something to say.
致命傷を負っている。立ち向かえるだけの余力がない。頼みの綱の最上ももう。ここまでか。
Yep, there it is.
なんだこの黒い兵士は。交換。
All right, well, the one thing I want to say is, yeah, I think having the ant boss guy speak is just kind of a, I don't know, kind of a mistake. I feel like he's so much more intimidating if he doesn't speak, and I feel like he's not even saying anything important. He's just kind of like, oh, are you the king? Oh, you know, I'm looking for your king to kill. You killed our queen, so I'll kill your king or something. It's like unnecessary, completely unnecessary. You could have just, I feel like it would have been so much more interesting if, you know, the ant was here holding him, and then just kind of like, instead of us hearing him speak, we hear we hear this guy thinking instead, or speaking, or something, right? And then before the ant kills him, maybe tilts his head slightly, as if to look at something or sense something, and then drops him, and then leaves, right? That would make it so much more interesting because you don't know where he's going. You don't know what's going on. There's such a mystery to it, right? This incredibly powerful fucking ant just completely decimated these guys, and now he's just left before finishing them off. What's going on? It creates a level of mystery and like not knowing what the fuck is going on with this ant. What is it doing? Where is it going? And then when it shows up with these guys, it's so much more interesting when you can't hear it speak. You don't know what the fuck it's doing. You don't know what the fuck it's thinking. Kind of very much like the statues in the very beginning. So yeah, I think having the ant speak or be able to speak is just kind of unnecessary. It kind of lessens the intimidation factor, in my opinion. Like this scene where he just decides to start, you know, taking them down with the music going on. Very well done. Very, very good. I like that. It really, it does a really good job at showcasing like how outmatched they are. And again, kind of reminding me of that very first scene of the show with the statues, where it's like hopeless, right? There's no way you can fucking you can win. And again, this guy reminds me of you know, Hunter x Hunter Meruem, right? It's like they're so unpredictable, you can't tell what's going to happen. Are they going to kill somebody? Are they just going to slice their arm off any second? You just don't know. They're so powerful and unpredictable that there's like an intimidation. Same thing with the statues in the beginning. You don't know what's going to happen. All of a sudden, laser beams from the eyes, bam, you're fucking sliced in half, right? That intimidation factor is very important. Definitely one of the better episodes of the whole show, in my opinion. I love the fact that, surprisingly, even though I'm not a fan of the design of the ant, I think the ant could look a little bit more interesting. But I do like the idea that, you know, there's like this monster that is just so fucking overpowering that it actually like intimidates. And they did it very well. But I suppose we shall see what happens in the next episode next time Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I shall bid you adieu.